Hi, Judy from Witchpeace Craft. Welcome. This is your boarding call for your yarn vacation. We are about to leave Italy and go to our next destination. So all aboard. We don't want to leave anyone behind. A lot of beautiful projects inspired by some lovely memories and stories. I've really enjoyed reading them and looking at them. And hopefully our next destination will be just as inspirational. For me, I did for Italy, I finished off my Greece with the pale pink for the bear's birch plant. And then for Italy, I did Florence's Jeweller's Bridge. I did silver and as close as I could get to gold on Trev, the traveling snake. And as far as Trixie goes, well, the weather wasn't very different from Greece, so very same colors for Italy. I hope you've had fun, but you're ready to move on to our next destination. Our next destination is C'est la vie. We are going to France. Yes, France. Now, I've been on 2 trips to France over a couple of years, different areas. And I'd have to say both trips, I did not enjoy Paris. I don't like Paris. It's romanticized by the media. It's very dirty. The people aren't very friendly. It's just, I don't know. Twice I've been and twice the experience has been the same. I must admit, the second time we went, there'd been some terrorist attacks, and to go onto the Champs-Elysees to walk and shop and what have you, there were, I guess, army or security people wanting to check your passports and were carrying very big automatic weapons. We were with some American friends who live in Arizona, and I was quite surprised at how daunted they were by the weapons, how shocked they were at the size and what they were. We don't have a gun culture here. I can't honestly say I know anyone who owns a gun. And yeah, they do. So I was quite surprised at that. But they were just doing their job. That day in the Champs-Elysees, there was going to be some sort of drone world championship thing. And they were being very careful because of other terrorist attacks in the country. So, which brings me to our government have on their website when you travel a warning for France to be aware of terrorist attacks, even today. Because when we're looking to travel to the UK, thing was checking all that out. So there's a tip for you. Be aware of terrorist attacks while you're traveling to France. Now you can go anywhere in France, but I'm going to show you a bit of research and some of the places I visited. And there'll be photos at the end for you to have a look at. So, France is officially the French Republic, a country located primarily in Western Europe. Its metropolitan area extends from the Rhine to the Atlantic Ocean and from the Mediterranean Sea to the English Channel and to the North Sea. It's quite spread out. Its flag is navy, white and red vertical stripes for those who are using the flag to inspire their project. The national flower is a beautiful flower. It's the iris, also called the fleur de lis. It has been officially representing the country of France since the 12th century as both the country's insignia and emblem. Before, it was the national flower of the Roman Empire's ruling class. So there are a few things to inspire you there. The national bird and animal, because it's combined, is the rooster. I love a rooster, even though they're noisy. I love the colors they get in their feathers. I think they're beautiful. Agriculture in France has historically been one of the world's major agricultural centers and remains an agricultural global powerhouse. Nicknamed the granary of the old world, over half of the total land area is farmland. Of arable land, modern farming technology and EU subsidies have made it Europe's leading agricultural producer. 45% is devoted of the farming land is devoted to field crops such as cereal, and it's permanent field crops. What else can I tell you? As of 2017, France ranked first in Europe in beef and in cereals, second in dairy and aquaculture, third in poultry, fruits, vegetables, and manufactured chocolate products. France has the EU's largest cattle herd, 18 to 19 million cattle. I hope they've heard of the research Australia has done, and they're feeding on seaweeds to reduce the methane and help our carbon emissions in the environment. That's a whole nother story. So, what else besides the flag, the flower, the animal, agriculture could inspire your project? Well, I've got a list of 10 tourist sites you might like to visit. Of course, the Eiffel Tower. No, I have not been up the Eiffel Tower. I've been to see it. I've been near it, but we didn't go up it. Walk and experience the Champs-Élysées. It's one of the world's largest commercial shopping streets. It is just amazing. All the designer shops, the food, the little alleyways off it. You have to walk and experience the Champs-Élysées. The Palace of Versailles. I haven't been there, but I wouldn't mind paying it a visit. The Louvre Museum. I've been outside it. I haven't been in it. And if you queue to see the Mona Lisa, remember, it's a very, very small painting. Lavender Fields of Provence, I would love to see. I love lavender. Bordeaux wine region, who doesn't like a nice glass of wine? Marseille. I've been to Marseille and I much prefer it to Paris. And the thing I most enjoyed about Marseille was making my own soap. They have beautiful soap in Marseille. You could go to Disneyland Paris if that's your sort of thing. A Catholic pilgrimage to Lourdes for those healing powers. And the pink flamingos of south of France. I've seen those. I love the south of France, the rural areas, the agriculture. Even Marseille was a little busy for me, but Paris is just unbelievable. You have to enjoy that sort of environment to get the best out of it. Historical events and famous people that might inspire you. Joan of Arc from the 100 Years' War, which ran from 1337 to 1453. The Revolution of France from 1789 to 1799. Let's not forget Marie Antoinette. And let them eat cake. Napoleon Bonaparte. He was emperor, a war hero. He is someone that could be quite interesting to explore. And of course, Charles de Gaulle. He was hero of World War I, and he was president for quite some time. I think we saw the Charles de Gaulle aircraft carrier in the harbour, but we were not allowed to take pictures of it, of course. Security reasons. Music. I'll put together a bit of a music playlist. One of the people I enjoy, and she's not everybody's cup of tea, is Edith Piaf. A lot of French young female singers try to be like her, but that's only one, Edith Piaf. Of course, there's Charles Aznavour and Maurice Chevalier. My dad loved both of them, and I used to have it playing in the background when I was young. My dad would be playing his vinyl records, listening to those two. And we actually have an Australian woman who went to live in France for 10 years, and he's very, very popular. My son's ex-partner, who was from Paris, loved her. She is just amazing, and the French just rave over her. So I'll put some of her music in there too. So, what can I say? A tip for when you're in France, unless you can speak French fluently, and without your accent, don't even try. They get really annoyed at people who try to speak French and aren't very good at it. They'd prefer to see you struggle with English than attempt to speak their language. Another tip for you is, if you don't want to stand out as a tourist shopping, wear black and beige. Don't wear bright colors or something that will get you noticed. You're supposed to blend in with everyone else. Black and beige is the shopping colors to wear. Beware of pickpockets and, of course, terrorists if you're going to go to some of the remote areas to explore. They're my tips for you. What else is there? There's not much more I can say about France. We've been twice. If I went back, it'd be to do a driving food tour where I could explore remote areas and their food, because they do have beautiful food that's quite different to what we eat here in the tropics, and I do enjoy it. And I would like to do more walking tours out of the big cities. I guess living in a small tropical town, when I go to big cities, I find it a little overwhelming. I do adapt. I really adapt to London, but I didn't seem to adapt to Paris. Anyway, guys, let me know what you explore in France. Have you ever been to France? Let me know in the comments below. What are your memories of your trip to France, or would you like to go? But don't get caught up in the romance of Paris, because it's a bit like Venice. It's not really quite as accurate as they portray in the media. Okay, until next time, stay safe, stay well, and make sure you have fun on your yarn vacation exploring France. France will be our last stop in Europe. So call of the last bits of Europe in, because from there on, we will be moving on to parts out of Europe. Bye for now.